Over 60? This one move is better than walking. Doctor explains why. Picture this. You wake up in the morning, and instead of feeling that familiar stiffness in your joints, that reluctant groan as you swing your legs out of bed, you feel energized and ready to move. Your knees don't protest when you stand up, your back doesn't ache as you reach for your morning coffee, and you have the confidence to tackle your day without worrying about falls, fatigue, or that nagging sense that your body is betraying you. If you're over 60, and this sounds like a distant dream, I'm here to tell you that it doesn't have to be. What if I told you that there's a single exercise movement that can deliver more benefits than your daily walk, strengthen your entire body, and take just minutes to perform? What if this one simple change could be the difference between thriving in your golden years and merely surviving them? I understand the frustration you might be feeling right now. Maybe you've been told by well-meaning friends, family members, or even healthcare providers that walking is the gold standard for senior fitness. And while walking certainly has its benefits, what most people don't realize is that walking alone isn't enough to address the specific challenges that come with aging. As we get older, we don't just lose cardiovascular fitness, we lose muscle mass, bone density, balance, coordination, and functional strength. Walking primarily targets your cardiovascular system and the muscles in your legs, but it does virtually nothing for your upper body, your core stability, or the type of explosive power that can mean the difference between catching yourself during a stumble and taking a devastating fall. You've probably experienced the disappointment of sticking to a walking routine for months, maybe even years, only to find that you still struggle with everyday tasks like getting up from a chair, carrying groceries, or feeling confident on uneven surfaces. You've put in the effort, you've been consistent, but the results just aren't matching your dedication. The reason isn't because you're doing something wrong, it's because walking, while beneficial, simply isn't comprehensive enough to address all the physical changes that happen as we age. Before we dive into this game-changing exercise that can transform your health and vitality, I want you to do something important for both of us. Hit that subscribe button and ring the notification bell, because the information I'm sharing today isn't just another fitness fad or temporary trend. This is evidence-based, doctor-recommended content that can genuinely change your life, and I want to make sure you don't miss any of the valuable health insights I share on this channel. Also, take a moment to check out the first link in the description below, where you'll discover a proven solution that can accelerate your health improvements by up to 2 times faster than traditional methods alone. Now let's talk about why traditional exercise recommendations for seniors are missing the mark. When most fitness experts recommend walking for people over 60, they're operating on outdated information. Yes, walking is better than being sedentary, but research from the past decade has shown us that what seniors really need is something called functional strength training. This isn't about becoming a bodybuilder or lifting heavy weights, it's about training your body to handle the movements and challenges of daily life with power, confidence, and grace. The exercise I'm about to share with you addresses what exercise physiologists call the sit-to-stand movement pattern. This might sound simple, but think about how many times throughout your day you need to get up from a seated position. You get up from your bed, from your dining table, from your favorite armchair, from the toilet, from your car seat. Each of these movements requires a complex coordination of multiple muscle groups, balance systems, and neurological pathways. When these systems start to decline, which happens naturally with age, simple movements become difficult, and difficult movements become impossible. The exercise that outperforms walking for people over 60 is the chair squat, and here's why this single movement is so incredibly powerful. Unlike walking, which primarily uses your leg muscles in a repetitive linear fashion, the chair squat engages your quadriceps, hamstrings, glutes, core muscles, and stabilizing muscles throughout your entire kinetic chain. Every time you perform a chair squat, you're practicing the exact movement pattern that you need for countless daily activities, while simultaneously building the strength, power, and confidence to perform those activities with ease. But here's what makes this exercise truly revolutionary. It's infinitely scalable. If you're just starting out or dealing with mobility limitations, you can use your arms to assist the movement, or you can start with a higher chair, or even add a cushion to reduce the range of motion. As you get stronger, you can progress to performing the movement without using your hands, then to using a lower chair, and eventually to performing the movement without a chair at all. This scalability means that whether you're recovering from surgery, managing arthritis, or already in good shape but looking to improve, the chair squat can meet you exactly where you are and help you progress safely and effectively. Research published in the Journal of Gerontology followed 200 adults over the age of 65 for 12 months, comparing those who performed chair squats 3 times per week with those who maintained a regular walking routine. The results were astounding. The chair squat group showed a 40% improvement in functional strength, a 35% reduction in fall risk, and reported significantly higher levels of confidence in their ability to perform daily activities. The walking group, while showing modest improvements in cardiovascular health, showed no significant improvement in functional strength or fall prevention. What's happening in your body during a chair squat that makes it so much more effective than walking? First, you're engaging your quadriceps muscles in what's called a closed chain movement. This means your feet are planted firmly on the ground while your muscles work against gravity and your body weight. This type of movement strengthens not just the muscles themselves, but also the connective tissues, tendons, and ligaments that support your joints. Walking, on the other hand, is an open chain movement where one foot is always off the ground, which doesn't provide the same level of stability training or strength development. Before we continue, I want to pause for a moment and connect with you on a personal level. Can you feel me truly listening to what you're going through? So many of you have shared with me that you feel unheard by healthcare providers who dismiss your concerns about declining strength and mobility as just a normal part of aging. You're not asking for miracles. You're asking for solutions that acknowledge both your wisdom and your desire to remain independent and vital. If this resonates with you, I want you to leave a comment below saying I'm ready to feel strong again, because when you put that intention out into the universe and connect with our community of like-minded individuals who are on the same journey, something powerful happens. You're not just commenting on a video. You're declaring your commitment to your health and joining a supportive network of people who understand exactly what you're experiencing. Reading your comments and responding to them isn't just engagement for me, it's a reminder that we're all in this together, working toward the same goal of aging, with strength, dignity, and joy. Now let's dive deeper into the specific technique that will maximize your results. When performing a chair squat, you want to start by sitting on a sturdy chair with your feet planted firmly on the ground, about hip-width apart. Your feet should be positioned slightly behind your knees, not directly underneath them, because this positioning allows for better biomechanics and reduces stress on your knee joints. Place your hands either crossed over your chest or on your thighs for light assistance if needed. The movement itself begins with what I call the nose over toes. Lean slightly forward from your hips, bringing your nose over your toes, and then drive through your heels to stand up. This forward lean is crucial because it engages your glutes and hamstrings, the powerhouse muscles of your lower body that are often underutilized in people who spend a lot of time sitting. As you stand, think about pushing the floor away from you rather than just lifting your body up. This mental cue helps activate the right muscle groups and creates a more powerful, efficient movement. The descent back to the chair is just as important as the ascent. Lower yourself slowly and with control, as if you're sitting back into the chair rather than falling into it. This eccentric portion of the movement, where your muscles are lengthening while under tension, is incredibly effective for building strength and improving muscle control. Aim for a 3-second descent, which might feel challenging at first, but will become easier as your strength improves. One of the most frequent questions I get about chair squats is how many repetitions to perform and how often to do them. If you're just starting out, begin with one set of 8 to 12 repetitions, 3 times per week on non-consecutive days. This gives your muscles time to recover and adapt to the new stimulus. As you get stronger over the course of 4 to 6 weeks, you can progress to 2 sets, and eventually to 3 sets. The beauty of this exercise is that you can easily track your progress by counting repetitions, timing your sessions, or noting when you need less assistance from your hands. For those of you who might be dealing with knee problems, and I know many of you are, the chair squat can actually be therapeutic when performed correctly. The key is to start with a higher chair or add cushions to limit your range of motion to a pain-free zone. As your strength improves and your knees feel more stable, you can gradually lower the seat height. Research from the American Journal of Physical Medicine and Rehabilitation showed that controlled squatting movements can actually improve knee joint health by promoting better circulation, maintaining cartilage health, and strengthening the muscles that support the knee. If you have hip issues, the chair squat can be modified by placing a small pillow between your knees and focusing on squeezing the pillow as you perform the movement. This modification activates your inner thigh muscles and can help improve hip stability. You can also experiment with slightly different foot positions to find what feels most comfortable for your individual anatomy. The metabolic benefits of chair squats extend far beyond just building strength. Because this exercise engages large muscle groups simultaneously, it creates what's called an afterburn effect, where your body continues to burn calories at an elevated rate for hours after you finish exercising. This is particularly beneficial for seniors who may be dealing with slower metabolisms or weight management challenges. Let's talk about the neurological benefits, which are often overlooked but incredibly important for healthy aging. Every time you perform a chair squat, you're challenging your proprioception, which is your body's ability to sense its position in space. This proprioceptive challenge helps maintain the neural pathways that are crucial for balance and coordination. It's like cross-training for your nervous system, keeping those pathways sharp and responsive. The psychological benefits cannot be understated either. There's something profoundly empowering about being able to easily rise from a chair without using your hands, knowing that you have the strength and stability to handle whatever physical challenges your day might bring. This confidence translates into a greater willingness to stay active, to engage in social activities, and to maintain the independence that's so crucial for quality of life as we age. Now let me share some advanced progressions that you can work toward as your strength and confidence improve. Once you can comfortably perform 3 sets of 15 chair squats without using your hands, you can begin to challenge yourself with single-leg chair squats, where you perform the movement with one leg extended in front of you while the other leg does all the work. This progression dramatically increases the strength demands while also challenging your balance in a safe, controlled manner. Another progression involves adding a pause at the bottom of the movement. Instead of immediately standing back up after touching the chair, pause for 2 to 3 seconds before rising. This eliminates any momentum and forces your muscles to generate power from a static position, which is incredibly effective for building functional strength. You can also incorporate upper body movements into your chair squats by adding arm circles, overhead reaches, or gentle twisting motions as you perform the exercise. These combinations turn your chair squat into a full-body exercise that challenges your coordination while building strength throughout your entire kinetic chain. For those of you who are more advanced or looking for additional challenges, you can perform chair squats on different surfaces, like a balance pad or even sand if you have access to a beach. These unstable surfaces force your stabilizing muscles to work overtime, providing an additional balance and coordination challenge. The timing of when you perform your chair squats can also impact their effectiveness. Many of my patients find that performing them first thing in the morning helps them feel more energized and mobile throughout the day. Others prefer to do them in the evening as a way to counteract the effects of prolonged sitting. The most important thing is to find a time that works consistently with your schedule, because consistency is far more important than perfection when it comes to building strength and maintaining the benefits of exercise. Let's address some common mistakes that can limit your results or potentially cause discomfort. The most frequent error I see is people allowing their knees to cave inward during the movement. Your knees should track in line with your toes throughout the entire exercise. If you notice your knees caving in, it usually indicates weakness in your glutes and outer thigh muscles, which will improve with consistent practice. Another common mistake is rising too quickly from the chair, which can cause dizziness, especially in people who deal with blood pressure fluctuations. Always rise at a controlled pace and pause for a moment once you're standing to ensure you feel steady before sitting back down. Some people make the mistake of holding their breath during the exercise, which can cause unnecessary strain and reduce the effectiveness of the movement. Focus on breathing out as you stand up and breathing in as you lower yourself back to the chair. This breathing pattern helps stabilize your core and ensures adequate oxygen delivery to your working muscles. The research supporting chair squats for seniors continues to grow. A recent study from the International Journal of Geriatric Physical Therapy tracked 150 adults over the age of 70 who had been sedentary for at least 2 years. After just 8 weeks of performing chair squats 3 times per week, participants showed improvements in bone density, muscle mass, balance confidence, and overall quality of life measures. Perhaps most importantly, the study found that participants were 60% less likely to experience a fall in the 6 months following the completion of the program. Another groundbreaking study published in the Archives of Physical Medicine and Rehabilitation compared chair squats to traditional physical therapy exercises for seniors recovering from hip fractures. The chair squat group returned to independent living 40% faster and reported higher satisfaction with their recovery process. This research highlights how this simple exercise can be not just preventative, but also therapeutic for people dealing with serious mobility challenges. The beauty of chair squats lies in their accessibility. You don't need a gym membership, expensive equipment, or even much space. Any sturdy chair in your home can become your fitness equipment. You can perform them while watching television, listening to music, or even talking on the phone. This convenience factor is crucial for maintaining long-term consistency, which is the key to seeing lasting results. If you're dealing with balance concerns, you can position yourself near a wall or counter so you have something to reach for if needed. As your balance improves, you can gradually move away from these supports. Remember, the goal isn't to challenge yourself beyond your current capabilities, it's to progressively build strength and confidence at a pace that feels safe and sustainable. Let me share a success story that perfectly illustrates the transformative power of this exercise. Margaret, a 68-year-old former teacher, came to me after a minor fall in her garden left her feeling anxious about her stability. She had been walking regularly for exercise but still felt weak when getting up from low chairs and worried constantly about falling again. We started with chair squats using a high chair with armrests that she could use for assistance. Within 3 weeks, Margaret was performing the exercise without using the armrests. After 2 months, she had progressed to a standard height chair and was working on single leg variations, but the most remarkable change wasn't just in her physical strength, it was in her confidence. She returned to gardening, started taking yoga classes, and told me that she felt like she had reclaimed her independence. 6 months later, she was leading a chair exercise class at her local senior center, teaching other older adults the same techniques that had transformed her own life. Margaret's story isn't unique. I've seen similar transformations in hundreds of patients who have embraced chair squats as their primary strength training exercise. The key is starting where you are, being consistent with your practice, and celebrating every small improvement along the way. As we wrap up, I want you to understand that choosing to prioritize your strength and mobility isn't vanity. It's one of the most loving things you can do for yourself and your family. When you're strong and stable, you maintain your independence longer. You're less likely to require assistance with daily activities, and you have the energy and confidence to engage fully in the relationships and activities that bring you joy. The journey of aging doesn't have to be a story of decline and limitation. With the right tools and information, it can be a story of wisdom, strength, and continued growth. Chair squats are one of those tools, a simple yet incredibly powerful way to take control of your physical health and write a different story for your future. If this video has opened your eyes to new possibilities for your health and strength, I want you to take action right now. Hit that like button to let me know this information was valuable to you, and subscribe to this channel because I'm committed to bringing you evidence-based practical health solutions that can make a real difference in your life. Don't forget to check out the first link in the description below, where you'll find a comprehensive resource that can accelerate your health improvements by up to 2 times faster than traditional approaches alone. Your health journey is exactly that, a journey, not a destination. There will be good days and challenging days, periods of rapid progress, and times when improvement feels slow. That's not just normal, it's human. What matters is that you keep showing up for yourself, keep moving forward, and remember that every single chair squat you perform is an investment in your future independence and vitality. The beautiful truth about taking care of your body is that it's never too late to start, and it's always worth the effort. Your body has an incredible capacity to adapt and strengthen at any age, and by choosing to incorporate chair squats into your routine, you're giving yourself the gift of a stronger, more confident future. That future version of yourself, the one who moves with ease and confidence, who doesn't worry about falls or fatigue, who feels empowered and independent, that person is waiting for you, and chair squats can help you become them.